I've already got another one for you. So I know that we've been doing some short videos recently after our big video about the misconceptions about snakes that we put together for last week's video. But we've had quite a lot of things happen. If you saw the last two videos, we recently got our very first clutch. We're so incredibly excited about it. We did not expect to get as many eggs as we got. I have even more of an update on the clutch size because I was wrong again on that last video. We got more than 11 eggs. I'm gonna kind of give you the story behind that and what led everything to that point and where we're at now, and just kind of how mom's doing, how the eggs are doing, and where we're gonna go from here. So in the next to last video where I showed you that Priya was gravid, we knew that the eggs would be coming soon. We knew that her pre-lay shed had been a little while back, definitely a month back. So we were just kind of, you know, on egg watch any day now. Well, I've been checking on her quite frequently just because of that mainly. And I did come up here that morning, noticed that, you know, she kind of seemed to be really nesting and everything like that. And, you know, her behavior, you could definitely tell she's very upset, you know, hissing a lot, just her attitude. But later that day, I had just this gut feeling that I needed to come upstairs earlier than I normally do to check on her. I don't know why, because I usually don't come up here until around 7 or 8 o'clock to go ahead and check on the reptiles for nighttime, turn the lights off and everything like that, and get ready for bed. So I came up here and I looked. I didn't pull the tub out at first. I looked through the see-through side of the tub and I saw 2 eggs. And I just had this feeling. I just thought I was going to see some eggs. I don't know why. It just kind of came over me. But anyway, so I pulled the tub out and I saw that there were 4. Well, we all know that Priya is a very big girl. She's about 2,500 grams. Her normal weight is around 2,500 grams. So we know that she's a big female. And so I was kind of thinking to myself, I don't know if she's done yet, because when I was looking at her in that, especially when I did that previous video where I was showing you guys the lumps in her, I knew there were more than 4. So I was like, let me leave her be. I told Ramsey about it. He came upstairs and, you know, we both saw the eggs and everything. And we were like, let's kind of give her a little bit longer because I really don't think she's done. So we came back upstairs and we saw that there were 10. And that's around the time that I did that last video where I actually showed you her with the eggs and everything like that. We had the incubator set up and everything. We were checking our temps. We were trying to make sure everything was good for when we did put the eggs in there. We just wanted to really make sure she was done before we decided to go in there and get all of them and candle the eggs, get the egg boxes ready and all that. So we ended up coming back up here at night to go ahead and get her off the eggs. Ramsey took her and cleaned her off to get rid of the smell of the eggs, and we got her a fresh tub, and then I basically was getting the eggs out and separating them, and then when Ramsey got finished, we worked on the eggs, handling them, making sure they all looked really good, there were no slugs, and getting them ready to put in the incubator. But when we finally got all the eggs out, we thought there were 11. Because that was our last number, and in that last video I did say in the little caption that there were actually 11. I said 10 in the video, but when we counted them before we were going to put them in the incubator, we actually got 13 eggs. So that's completely unexpected. I've heard of people having like 8 egg clutches, 10 egg clutches, 12 egg clutches, but 13, that's, I mean, I'm sure other people have, but that's a lot of eggs. And if you know too, we don't have a big incubator built yet. We do plan to do that, to go get a cooler, convert it into a big incubator so that we can put multiple clutches in one incubator. But since we had the Exoterra incubator on hand, the one that you've seen me do a video about before, we went ahead and decided to use it because we have it, and all of her eggs take up all the room in that incubator because there's 13 eggs, and we had to use 3 of our egg boxes because in the Exoterra incubator you have to use smaller egg boxes. Unfortunately, you can't use the standard shoebox size that a lot of breeders will use in a regular size incubator. So I went ahead and ordered another Exoterra incubator because Zahara and Sulien, as you know, they have been breeding. They have had their 3rd lock, and she could ovulate very soon. So we have no clue how many eggs Zahara could lay because she's also a big female. So we just wanted to be prepared, and in the meantime, until we do build a big incubator like that, we wanted to just go ahead and have another one of these on hand. I went ahead and did that, so we're ready for that whenever that happens. Hoping that she lays a good size clutch too. These eggs from Priya, they are due around June 22nd. So we're gonna just kind of keep an eye on them. We're gonna check on them, make sure everything's good with the incubator. It's been working great so far. We have it set to 88 degrees, and then we have a separate probe, like I told you in the last video, that's also checking the temperatures. It's got a humidity gauge in there, and we've also got our temp gun in case we need that. But basically, our plans have kind of changed a little bit with breeding because I know that I said we were also going to go ahead and do corn snake stuff, but what we're going to do, since our hatchling rack we have one right now that's got 36 tubs in it. Since it's only got 36 tubs, and we know that corn snakes usually lay pretty big clutches, they can lay like up to 30 eggs, possibly more, correct me if I'm wrong. We know that since Priya had 13 eggs, we don't know how many eggs Zahara could possibly have. We're going to kind of hold off on the corn snakes, and we're going to just focus on the ball pythons right now because we don't want to end up in a situation where our first time doing all this that we run out of room and we don't have enough tubs for the amount of babies that we could possibly produce. So the corn snake stuff will wait a little bit. Doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. It just means that we're going to make sure that when we get these first babies hatching and everything, and hopefully get them home, that we will have enough tubs left over by the time these 2 potential ball python clutches hatch, so that, you know, we don't run out of room in our hatchling rack. But we do plan on getting another one of these, so that it would be like, if we had 2 of these, it would be 72 hatchling tubs that we could work with, which is a good number starting out. So we definitely are excited to be able to be getting another one. We got it from Sea Serpents again, if you didn't remember me saying that from the last video. We also, like I said in one of the last videos, we have someone building us another adult rack, another 5-tub adult rack, or I think it might be 7 this time. I think we ended up changing it to possibly a 7-tub adult rack, but we are getting that. That's going to be for more ball pythons in the future because we really want to get into some pied stuff, and possibly some other really cool co-dominant stuff potentially. And our next plan after Priya and Leo bred, after Zahara and Sulien have obviously just finished breeding, Nala and Lucian will be next. I did talk about that recently too. That is going to be our Blue-Eyed Lucy project because, as you know, Lucian, he is a Blue-Eyed Leucistic ball python. He's a butter Mojave. And Nala is a chainsaw ball python, so she's Mojave, pinstripe, and cinnamon. So we could get super Mojaves out of that because you need 2 copies of the Mojave gene to get a super Mojave. We could also get more butter Mojaves like Lucian because Lucian carries butter and Mojave, and Nala carries Mojave. And we'll get some awesome cinnamon, butter, pinstripe combos as well. So that will be a really exciting clutch once we are able to breed them. Lucian is currently weighing in at about 458 grams, which is really good. He's definitely done a lot better gaining weight. He had a little bit of trouble gaining weight for most of the time that we had him. And Nala, I got her at about 350 grams from Dynasty Reptiles. She is 778 grams, so she's definitely gaining weight pretty fast. They'll be ready to go together in no time. So we're very excited about that. That will be like our 3rd project that we've got going. Because who doesn't love a white snake with blue eyes, guys? Everybody always loves a white snake with blue eyes, and we are happy to make more of them because we love Lucian, and everybody seems to love Lucian. So we're very excited about that. But yeah, so that's just basically an update, and we are very excited for these eggs to hatch. We cannot believe that there were 13 of them and that there were no slugs, and we're very hopeful that all of these babies will make it and we will have a really good turnout. So that's basically the update so far on what's been going on. Like I've said in all the other videos, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, please follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. Our name is @magic_city_morphs.